Just try straight here. Might have it about right anyway. Oh well, there we go. Oh well, I stopped a little late and as the sunset going down. Well, sun's actually down, but it was a lot more red into it, so I figured I'd stop and go live for a minute and finish watching that. I was gonna get out anyway, right? Try to do my little walk. Marvelicious. That's the man himself right there. Tell Beth and Junior I said hey. But yeah, a little bit of a sunset still going down. Well, sun's down, but that was still kind of pretty there. You know me, when I stop early enough, I try to watch the sun go down or whatever. I was coming through Cincinnati. I was on the phone with the wife, so I couldn't go live there. Oh, okay. Does that work? The yeah, I stopped a little late. It just got loaded and gone. Yeah, look for the sunsets. Yeah, me too. That's why I try to do it. A couple other people was trying to do it, and they started skipping around doing other things along with that. And I like watching the different places with sunsets too. And so I figured when they dropped it and all and quit kind of doing it, I kind of picked it up. So if they ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna do it because I try to look at my sunsets anyway. I'm at a rest area on I-71, I-75 just south of Cincinnati. I picked up a load just a couple miles north of Cincinnati downtown. Yeah, I was real close to that. So I went through there and I had the sun still up and lighting the sky up. That was real pretty. Kind of wish I could have got it, but I was on the phone with the wife, so it kind of ruined it a little bit. But I'm getting a little bit of it now. It was a little bit pretty as I was starting to pull in here. It started actually last little touch of the sun actually went down as I pulled in here. My luck, right? But yeah, it's pretty there. But yeah, I come up to the top of this rest area. I walked all the way around here to get up to the top. It's like up on the top of a hill. You can see the trucks down at the bottom over here. And then over behind me, there's another row of trucks. But anyway, that's a single road back this way. That's a double road there. Anyway. But yeah, I just gonna come on here and try to show it a little bit and do it that way. Yeah, that little stream last night ended up being a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but somebody came in there asking about trucking and getting into it, and I try to tell people, hey, first of all, if you don't know a whole lot about it, don't get into it because it's probably not for you. The truck driving is just not for anybody. And started to go back and cut some of that out. Then I was like, nah, it's a stream, it's something that happened. Just leave it in there. If somebody don't like all that, then they can just skip it, right? Flip the channel to somebody else is more interested. So anyway. It is kind of pretty in that picture though, and I'm in my fat head. Let me move out that shot there a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty there, even though the trees right here are starting to get in the way of it a little bit, kind of still pretty there. Yeah, I'm at a rest area here, and I'm coming to there's a one building down here at the other end. That's mainly for like the truckers. That's down towards closer to us. And then you got the other main building up here at the top. It's like on the top of a hill. Anyway, it's mainly for all the cars and stuff. People just don't like truck drivers. Nasty, smell, ain't worth a crap. Those kind of people. Me. Fits me just perfect, right? Oh well. Yeah, this man, I want to come on here and show the thing. I'm hoping that there's a table there. Might be able to get something there. We'll go right here and see what I can do. There's the building there. A lady over there she's walking around it and trying to clean the place up or whatever. But anyway, trying to look down and make sure I don't hit no doggy landmine. So I set this camera up right quick, and I'm gonna turn you around to finish watching that little bit of daylight behind it. Yay, I got 2 people in here now. Yay! But yeah, it's the last little bit of the sunset going down, and well, I'm back down to 1 now. How about that? Somebody ain't like my sunset, I reckon. Oh well, it is what it is, and you know, I wish I could have stopped a little earlier and all, but I was waiting to get that load finished, loaded up, and get on the road. I was hoping to get a little further down the road before it got dark too, but I didn't feel like trying to fight for a part. Just, you know, later it gets, it's harder to find parts. Like when I came in here, that last little section right here in front of you had maybe 10 to 15 parking spots for trucks, and I guarantee you about 8 of those just got took up before I even climbed up to here. So yeah, the further you go down and you get to this is a rest area. So you know, if you get to a truck stop that actually has coffee, sodas, you know, all your little groceries and stuff like that, people think they have to stop at, and sometimes restaurants and all that, you know, people all the time go up in there. So you know, if this here is that full, then it's gonna be harder to find somewhere to park down the road, you know. Yeah, top of the hill going into Cincinnati, heading north. Yeah. Oh yeah, Beth Taxi. Yeah, I had somebody else actually get into the live stream for a second there, and they came in and went back out. But anyway, I just had a bat go over my head. ASAP Fishing. Hey man, how you doing? Yeah, I'm just here. I just stopped for the night. I'm on the north side of the south side of Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm just finishing up watching this sunset go down. I was watching the sun go down as I was coming through Cincinnati after I just picked up my load. And oh well, last little bit going down there. I mean, the sun's already gone down. It's just that last little bit of light that kind of lights up the clouds and stuff. Yeah, last pretty part, you know. The sun's still up. You can't really get a picture of the sun going down because I'm using my phone. I don't have a lens with a UV lens to put over my cameras or anything like that. So I'm using my phone, and so you really can't look at the light, the sun itself. Sometimes they'll put a black dot over it, kind of tone it down. But that's the last little bit of sunlight left, and it's already really dark here, really. So, but yeah, I was just wanting to do the last little bit of sunlight here. Hey, Outdoors Adventures. Yeah, I don't think nobody's gonna let outside get out of that missing that exit though. Yeah. No, that's yeah. The sun's already actually gone down by the time I got here. It already just sat down. I mean, I watched the last quarter of an inch go down, and when I pulled in here, the top parts of that let me see if I can get my finger out. That part right there are the clouds. right in here, and all coming back across there. There was like almost fire red with a little tinge of orange to it, you know. That's that beautiful time. I was gonna try to get up here and get that, but I just can't. I can't walk that fast, no, you know. So it is what it is. I catch what I catch. Yeah, I thought I wasn't gonna get to catch none of this here, but I decided I was gonna stop a little early and not have to fight for a park at a truck stop. So, you know. But yeah, it's already getting dark, and well, it's already dark really. Trying to find my thing here. There it is. Yeah, I know a few people that like coming in here and seeing the sunset, so I was trying to get it, and usually I like to try to stop about this time to catch it, but sometimes it just don't quite work out. Like I was trying to get up there to the see Outdoor Adventures there. I gave out a time about where I thought I would, and I wasn't sure. That's why I was trying to get on up there a little further towards Columbus and didn't quite make it. When I stopped, I had 11 minutes on my 70-hour clock for the week, and when I stopped, I had 11 minutes, so that gives me 10 minutes to do my post trip and leaves 1 minute on my 70. And you can't really do jack with that. But yeah, just watching that last little bit go down and give it another few minutes and sign it off and all. Yeah, you can actually see it better in the phone really than right here actually. Here it's just like a blue sky with all this part right here. It's kind of lit up on the phone. It's kind of just blue. Got that little bit of orange right there that was really good a while ago. And then that dark piece right here going up, you know. But this part here is where it's lit up on the phone, on the screen here. It's lit up kind of whitish orange color now. It's actually just a light blue here. So. I bet y'all hit them like buttons. There's 3 people in here, and then I had somebody came in a while ago and left right back out. I'm kind of bored. Yeah, we have to log the mileage, and yeah, we have to log the well. Actually, the computer owl does that now. But the logbook we do have to log mileage and everything, and mileage and where we're at. That kind of thing. Yeah, Marv, I know you hit it. I know time you came in, you hit it. And I had somebody else come in and leave back out. Then ASAP, he came in for a few minutes, and I think he's gone. He might be still there. Then you got Outdoors there. And, well, maybe not. Somebody else just dropped out, looks like. But anyway. Yeah, after I try to get a little bit extra likes and stuff like that into it when I can. I try to remember to do it, say something about it, but I'm still new at it, right? So. Yeah, I kind of got a mother old phone here to put a little light in my face. Try to light me up a little bit anyway. Let me turn this a little bit. Trying to get this other phone to sit here on it, but I want to cooperate with me. Stay on for a few more minutes and call it a night. I didn't want this stream to go like it did last night. It was fun. I had fun trying to get on those little cars and stuff. I gotta be a big kid. No matter where I go, I gotta climb on something or whatever. When I go to the mountains or whatever, I try to do some things. And especially with the YouTube on here now, I try to do a few things crazy, you know, be a little kid, something. Trying to give it a lesser touch of flavor or something, you know. But actually, my wife was with me one time and went there and She sat there and watched me climb all over it anyway. Sometimes I actually even pop me some quarters in them, and I'll still ride with them and stuff. But yeah, it's fun. Like I said, that's the reason I made my channel. Sometimes I just wanted to do the live, that way I don't have to do a whole lot of editing. So I wanted to get my 100 subscribers just so I could do that. But anyway. Oh, the thing says 0 now. I must be really getting bored. Or just because I flipped over to my face. But, oh well. Yeah, live stream, you don't have to edit, and I don't have time to edit. I got the, oh, you never left? Okay. Just that little, sometimes that thing says 0 on it. There's 1 back in there now, it's saying. Yeah, anyway, I don't, sometimes I know some people still be in there, and sometimes it says nobody, but, oh well. But I figured somebody come by and watch it later on, or something else, or just trying to see. Then it still has something to look at. But yeah, it kind of sucks a little bit on that part, and it's kind of hard to be real accurate anyway, the way the internet works. So, oh well. I figured other people come in later on, and a few other people that know me, and they try to look at my stuff, but a lot of times, like I know Pusha's on right now, and I know a lot of people's over there too. I ain't seen too many other people live right now, so I figured when I got this little bit of sunset, I'd go ahead and try to show who. That's Pusha Studios. That's kind of where I got a lot of my subscribers from. Trying to get me over to 100 mark anyway, just so I can go live. At the time when I first started, it's saying at the bottom down there, you had to have 100 subscribers to go live. A few people I've told that said they ain't seen that, but well, my computer told me. So I was just trying to get that, so I found a few streams that was helping get other people over there, some more people. Yeah, just PUSA, there's no H in it. Studios. It's a husband and wife. They try to get other channels. Yeah, Pusha. It's actually a town in Russia or near Lafayette or something, I think. And they're on right now. And I'll probably, when I quit the stream, I'll go to them and I'll watch them until I about fall asleep. Yeah, they try to get other channels more subscribers now, and like they play this game. They spin a wheel and call out some letters and stuff. And if you get it correct and they choose you, then you're like hitting the lottery kind of thing. If you win, they'll go to your channel. Hey, Outdoors back again, huh? Yeah, Pusha Studios. They husband and wife. They run on like OSB, OBS, whatever. Yeah, OBS. Anyway, they when you win that little lottery or game, when you win, they'll go to your YouTube channel and kind of get you more subscribers, kind of describing what's on there. Some things you can change on your information page, like you're putting your other channels or something on there. Yeah, you'll see me there. I used to go to them pretty bit. I used to pit with them pretty good, and anyway, they're over 3,000 subscribers now, so, they're getting kind of big. They still kind of know my name real good, though, so kind of like Cheers, right? But yeah, they just, when you win, they just pull your YouTube page up, and they kind of help you, on your layouts and stuff like that, like the, how many playlists you have and stuff like that. Yeah, 3,500, yeah. That's a lot of people. I think I ain't got 10% of that, though. So anyway, I don't even remember. Yeah, they're kind of neat. It helps, especially when you go in there and you start chatting with them a little bit, chatting with different people. You can get some more subscribers that way. But my thing is, I try to go to channels that kind of do the same thing I do or something, travel and stuff like that. That way, like Outdoors there. She's been in my stream several times here. Marvelicious, you've been in my stream several times. You like to travel and stuff, you know. Yeah, you've been stuck there for quite a while. You go over there, they can help you, especially if you try to win the game, you know. You try to hit the that damn pudding content like I was a few months. Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes that has a little bit to do with it, but you still have content on there. So, I mean, it's the thing of getting out there and other, going to other channels, like when Outdoors is on here, and when she's on, going to her channel and just talking to other people. You know, she's got several people on her channel. I got a few subscribers on mine. Like you got Catman the other day. He's pretty cool. You know, he goes out and goes fishing, and you know, he don't go catching, but he goes fishing. Well, I pick at him about it. A lot of fishermen actually pick at each other about all that. Yeah, that too. I mean, some people just like to yak. I mean, well, that's the way to put it, but yeah. Like last night, I got on there, and then that girl came in talking about wanting to start driving truck, and we started talking about different things on it, and kind of went long, because at one time, that's kind of what I wanted to do with my channel, is actually teach some of the new drivers coming in, and some of the old drivers, they don't do a whole lot, you know. Some of them just think they get a lot of people, it's like you're getting complacent with certain things, you know, and you do something so much that sometimes you'll overlook stuff. There are certain ways to do stuff, and you never try to get complacent, because this one job that you will learn every single day. You'll learn stuff every single day. You never know this right here every day. You never know all that's going on. It's something new. But new places, new things, new rules to different places, stuff like that. So, yeah, that one kind of went a little bit longer than I wanted to last night. I was wanting to stop about the hour at the most, and ended up going an hour and 30, 40 minutes, something like that, I think it was. I can't remember on that one. But anyway, it is what it is. I hope she kind of learned something a little bit, and, you know. But I try to tell people trucking's not for everybody. It's a mix of camping, you got to live in it like a house, and that kind of thing. I had to try to look her up a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, that's mainly why I made my channel, is try to help out people. Now I found out after I started everything, a lot of things ain't what I thought it was, and the more I got into it, the more I got let down with it, really. But at the same time, I mean, it's like a lot of people, if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see a lot of pictures of Las Vegas and a few other things, mostly Las Vegas, really. Some truck shows on there, the different trucks and stuff, but it's, I have a lot of travel stuff on there, but, you know, like y'all seen a week or two ago, where I was climbing in Colorado on the side of that mountain. You know, I watched Michael Fire Jr., my legs hanging off the side of a cliff, and you know, that night I was sitting down on the side of this rock, and there was a few feet from another drop off, and I was sitting there laid back on the rock just looking up at the stars. They had two little small night lights out there, you know, in that little rest area, and you know, you can see stars that way. You know, you get a little bit away from them, and I got off the side of that cliff there. I was good. I bet I sat there laid back on that rock for about a good hour, just looking up at the stars. Then I started playing on my phone, getting the map, the star map up. He learning not to miss the exits. That's the main thing when you're on the highway, is going by the mile markers and going by the exits. Not just looking for that road, because if you're just looking for that road, you will miss it. You need to know the exit for that road. And if you get like a trucker's atlas, at each little intersection it has a number. It shows the exit number. So when you go somewhere, you can actually know the exit number before it comes to you. That's fine, Marvelous. I know the last few days you've been watching on TV and all, you've got to chat too much, but it's all good. I know you were in there. And yeah, but it's just that's mainly why I try to get my channel for is teach people stuff like the exit numbers there. The highways, the mile markers. The mile markers usually go along with the exits on most roads. The toll roads, they're a little bit different, and as you go up north in the New York, New Jersey, stuff like that, your mile markers and your exits are totally different, especially on the toll roads. The when you get up into Rhode Island, it's only like a guy told me one time before, there's that mileage through there, but you look at Rhode Island, the mile markers are not with the exits exactly. They're a couple miles off by the time you get to the top of it. Different states do different ways, but most of the time, just on a regular Eisenhower interstate system, that's kind of what it's called. The mile markers go with the exit, so you can kind of count down to getting to your exit. Like you was waiting for 17B, yeah, I know. I had to pick with you and make it funny, and sometimes my funnies ain't quite that funny. It kind of end up being more like Doctor Strange or something. But oh well, it is what it is. It's fun. Sometimes I kind of live more out the box. So, but anyway, like you was looking for 17B, you can count the edge. I mean, I have 3 GPSs running, and I kind of a lot of times know my way. But I go right by an exit, go down to the next exit, do a flip, come back. And I'll do that. And I got 3 GPSs running, but I also have them turned down too. You get all them women's voices on them GPSs, one telling you to turn, one telling you to turn left, one telling you to turn right, the other one saying back up, go backwards. And I'm like, what? Yeah, the odd and even is east and west, and the odd is like 71 and 75. The 1 and the 5 are odd, so that's north and south. They kind of come down here before Cincinnati, and then they kind of go together through Cincinnati, and then they split back up. But I-10, I-20, I-40, I-70, all I-80, I-90, I-94, stuff like that. That is even numbers because that last digit, and that's east and west. Now you got your loops around the cities, and they're sometimes odd numbers, sometimes they're even, but they are. I think the even is supposed to be spurs into a city. The odd are the circles around the city. So if you come up like around Cincinnati, it's 275. So the 275 means the loop around the city, and then when you come into it, that part like 71 and 75, when you hit to the 275, it's going to be east and west at that moment, but it goes around the city. And if you come in off the east and west side, you're going to be heading north and south on the 275s. So, that's kind of the way it works. But yeah, like you was looking for 17B, you could have counted down from 20, 19, 18, that way, and you could have got down or close to it. It's coming up. But yeah, you was into the chat, and he was asking questions and stuff too, and everybody was just chatting back and forth, and that I miss them too. So, and I have 3 GPSs going, but I do have them turned down too, where they're not talking. But you get 3 women in there trying to tell you which way to go. Even in computers, they are not the same. One's gonna say left, one's gonna say right, one's gonna tell you to back the heck up. And I'm like, nah. So I shut them up, and they just have the little line on there telling me which way to turn or whatever. And I just look down at the map part of it and kind of read it from that away. But yeah, a lot of people don't. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't, because a lot of people just don't get into reading maps. And that's one thing about truck driving and driving around, and when you travel, stuff like that, people just don't know. People don't know how to read the map, and most people just travel where they know and stuff like that. So you travel where you know all the time, then you don't need it. You don't need the map. And then if you go a little different way, then everybody now pick up the phone and get the last few miles. But see, a lot of times, like truckers, not when you're GPSs, they're not. I'm telling you. We can have that fight all day long. That's why all three of them heifers is shit up. Mute. Yeah. Cause I'll tell you right now that the Qualcomm through the truck, the company's GPS, it'll say something about turn around and go to the road behind you and start and stuff like that. And I'm like, what? You can't turn around right here. It's barely a 2-lane road, and I'm barely fit on it wide on both lanes. You want me to turn around? You find the next 40-acre lot, and I might turn it around. But, oh well. Then the other two GPSs, one saying left, one saying right. I tell them to kiss my rear end. So I just have them all shut up, muted down, and do what I gotta do, and just do what I know I gotta do. Sorry, I was seeing something moving over here. I was like, seeing somebody walking or something like that coming up. But, oh well. Anyway. Yeah, I wish I could have caught that sunset going down though, but I got here just a few minutes too late. I was here about 10 minutes before that. Yeah, like that 50 east and west. Yeah, you could have looked at the map. If you had your phone up telling you which way to go, then look at the map part. You can actually tell what the ramps do just before you get there. That's mostly a lot of what I do is look at the map part of it, because sometimes they'll change that road and the GPS will be saying turn to the left, and you got the ramp that actually goes up to the right and splits up and goes north and south or east and west or whatever. Yeah, see. That's why I have all my GPSs. They don't reroute themselves and all that, except for my tablet, it will. But as soon as I take past that spot, it'll go back on the same route it was on. The rest of my GPSs, they all, whatever way I set into it is the way it's set for me to go, and they don't try to, if I get off the road, they'll just say off a route or whatever or something. But usually I don't hear it because I have it shut down. Muted on the voice part. But yeah, like I say, a lot of times trucking ain't for everybody for one, that reason right there. A lot of people just can't read a map. They just can't read one. They don't know nothing about what they're looking at. They just see a bunch of lines and they don't understand all those roads. I thought of that. I usually have it on the written directions. You don't look at the map. Okay, no. Look at that map part, because those direction parts, they got their points, don't get me wrong. It tells you kind of like the same thing. But when you're looking at the map and you can actually see the road in front of you fork or something like that, or turn left and right, or if it has a ramp on it or something like that, you can see the map, the road actually forking off and going one way or going the other way, or if you come down there and you make a left and a right, like a stoplight or a stop sign or something, you can kind of tell what's going on. If you kind of know how to read the map, not just roads and stuff, but how to look at that map and kind of tell if it's a subdivision. You got real close roads, like little blocks sticking side by side, real close, then that's probably a neighborhood, or unless you're downtown a major city or something. And if you got more length between your places, you can kind of tell where stop signs are at and stop lights, because if you take your maps and you have it on satellite view, you can actually zoom down, keep pinching it, zoom real close down to it, and you can actually see the when you come up to a red light, you see those big old fat lines down the road. That's the stop bars. Anyway, you can see those, so you know it's a red light or stop sign unless you see the things going overhead like a light. But anyway, you know it's a stop light or a stop sign there when you see that. So sometimes that's, if you're finna go up to a road and try to make a left, you want to make sure something like that's there, and that way you're not sitting there all day long trying to make a left turn, because the traffic just don't stop for you. You know, if you look for that, then you know it's a light or a stop sign, and everybody's got to stop, or everybody can go, or whatever, you know. And you'll at least get your chance to go. Where if you don't find one of those on the road, then you fair game to just sit there all day long trying to make that left turn to the light, till something down the road gives you a break. So, especially if you're in a big truck, you know, it kind of, you know, you can't just pull out in front of somebody, especially like right now. I just picked up right at 42,000 pounds, just freight. Now counting the 35 I'm at, and let me see if I can get this scale ticket out. I'll show you what I weigh right now. I'll show you what a truck driver weighs. Like right now, my truck is sitting. See if I can get this up here where you can see it. Yeah, I think it's upside down and all. Okay. Let me try to get as close as I can and whatever. Alright. Yeah, it cost me $10 to get it. The axle 1 right here, that's 11,820 pounds on my steers. The 32,980 on my drives. That's the tires that make me go on the truck, you know. And then on my trailer tandems on the rear end, the very back of the truck and trailer, is 31,080 pounds. And my total weight of the whole truck, trailer, freight, and all, my fuel, is 75,860 pounds. There you go, right there. I don't know if it's backwards there, but there you go. Yeah. Yeah, use the map, it'll be a lot easier for you. It does show the roads and stuff like that. You can see the intersections as you're coming up to them, stuff like that, so it does help. When you just look at those directions, they're gonna tell you like you said. They're gonna say go up here, take a left. And if they ain't changed it in those directions and how it's done, then yeah, you're gonna get the wrong information definitely, and you're not gonna see what you was doing. With the maps on and do the satellite view, cause I just use Google Maps, and you go to that satellite view, and you can see the buildings you're going by and all the stuff. And if you zoom down real good, you can actually see the light poles and the parking lots and stuff like that. So a lot of times that's what we use when we're going to a mall or something other to park for the night. The Bearded Beer Man, there you go. Good evening. Yeah, I was getting the sunset here. I just stopped for the night. I drive a truck, and I stopped at the rest area, and you drive the bread truck, don't you? Not that one. Backwoods Ramblers, yeah, I just stopped for the night here. I just picked up a load in Cincinnati and stopped at this rest area here. I did have the sunset going down. Well, the sun was actually down the time I pulled in here. By the time I walked my little fat butt up here, then it was actually down. But I got some of the clouds in the back, you know, the sun kind of lighting them up pretty good, so it works for me. Got to see something anyway. But yeah, I mean, yeah, next time you use the maps, just zoom in on that satellite view, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You can actually see the road, see the lines in the road, tell how many lanes it is usually and stuff like that, and it helps out a lot. Ever got a flat while I'm driving? Yeah, I've had in 13 years I've actually only had 3. I know 2 of them was back to back. It was one load. I did a drop and hook. In other words, I dropped an empty at the place, picked up a loaded trailer, went and delivered that, and did a drop and hook there. And I picked up another empty and went and did another drop and hook at another place. that trailer there, it got a flat. So I had 2 flats back to back, and then other than that, I've had 1 other one. So I've had 3. I don't remember the first one exactly. I think it was, yeah, it was kind of, I know it was all within the same year though, all 3 of them actually. That's about my 4th year here. I mean driving, you know. So yeah, backwoods, you go back and look at it. I was telling Outdoor Adventures and Traveling there, and she was where they kind of messed up the other day on the thing. She uses the instead of using like maps and stuff like that, she was using the maps, but she uses the written directions rather than the map. And I was telling her it's a lot easier using that map. You can actually see the roads and stuff. It's mostly what we kind of have to use, right? So a lot of the Truckers Atlas, a lot of places you can't get to off that Truckers Atlas. It'll get you close in that town, but you're trying to find one address in a town, Truckers Atlas can't get you there. It gets you that town and that's it. And then you're like, what you gonna do? Walk, you know, some little towns you can't park nowhere. There's nowhere to park. There's no Walmart, no, sometimes you get a small IGA or something to that effect, you know, a little small grocery store, you're lucky, and it's got barely enough room to get their delivery truck in. And, you know, if you try to go to Long Island, New York, you know, yeah, there ain't nowhere to park there. No. Unless you live there and you kind of know a spot, you know, like a hiding spot or something to that effect, then maybe. But it kind of comes down to you can't just walk around and try to find a spot in the whole town, you know. But well, a lot of people, you'll see trucks on the side of the road and they're out there changing the tire. If you have what they call super singles, which is instead of 2 tires side by side, you have 1 fat tire. It's what they call a super single. Now that's kind of like your steer tire is just 1 tire, or like on a car, you just have 1 tire. So when you have a blowout in a car, yeah, you need to pull on over, or the more chance you have a mess up that rim. Whereas most of our tires, except for the steer tires, are all dual tires. So if you have 1 blowout, you might pull over and check it to make sure that tire blowing out didn't blow the one beside it out. Then you can kind of limp it on down the road to the next exit or rest area or truck stop, you know, if you ain't got very far to go according to how much weight you got. But if you got like 41,000 pounds on you, you ain't wanting to run another 100 miles down the road and try to finish out that load before you get that tire fixed. That's putting too much weight on that 1 tire. Whereas if you have, you know, you're supposed to have 2 anyway. But you can run, you know, if you got another truck stop or even an exit to be more safe to get it changed. You know, you pull up onto a off ramp or a rest area or a truck stop to actually get it changed out. You know, so in that way, yeah, you can limp it on down the road some more, but you really want to pull over for a minute and check it out. If you just hear that one, when a tire blows, it blows, it sounds like a good explosion there. So usually if you just hear 1, you're good. Just limp it on down to your next exit, because it's not safe to pull just on the side of the road and try to change a tire. Because the person changing that tire, if you got it on the driver's side, you're out in the middle of the road. You're on the edge. And, you know, just a car being pulled over is right there close to the edge of the road on most highways anyway. And then you got, you know, the person out there with a jack or something like that, they're sitting out there with a leg kind of out there towards the road. Even if they're trying to get off the road on the other side, it still puts their foot out there trying in the middle of the road. You know, when I come by with a truck and I'm fitting there, I barely got 6 inches to a foot on either side. I got to try to scoot over as much as I can, or even try to move into another lane if there's nothing beside me. So that's why I was telling the other day about leaving yourself a way out, you know. But yeah, it is what it is. A lot of people pull aside the road in a heartbeat and try to change their stuff when they don't really have to. And then a lot of people pull beside the road and they have a guardrail there, which really just puts you right back into the road easier, because that guardrail, right there where that guardrail is, it's not going to be as much shoulder on the side of the road to do that. So, You know, you really want to try and get off that road as much as possible. So if you can take another exit, take another rest area or a truck stop or something like a store or something like that, that's what you really want to try to do. So that's one reason I don't want to go to a couple of companies that have just super singles on their trucks and trailers, and I'm not a big fan of super singles. You got to carry that kind of weight, that little bit extra there, then you're doing something wrong, really. I mean, a lot of fuel tankers is doing that too. Loves, pilots, stuff like that, they're doing that. And you're saving some, but I'm sorry, it's not saving that much. And especially on a fuel tanker, you know, you got one tire that blows out, and then it's going to try to rip off a lot more stuff, and that's a bigger tire. I'm really not a big fan of that. You know, on a regular truck, I can almost see it, but on a fuel tanker or something like that, hazmat stuff, I don't. There's way too much more stuff can go on with that. Then it's going to put you around the side of a road and you got a fuel tanker too. Yeah. And it says right there in the DOT handbook that a truck with hazmat, you know, you got to be 15 foot off the road or something like that, and, you know, different things. So that right there puts you, if you have a flat, you got to pull around the side of the road and you're 3 foot off the road at best, at the most. Even on the bigger interstates, you know. Sometimes you're doing good if you have a foot over there, 6 inches. I've had one truck stop with an engine problem, and I was probably maybe 6 inches off there, and I had to keep opening my little side door to get the triangles out. I had to open my little side door to get some other stuff out to check the stuff, check up under the hood with. I had to pop my hood. The time I walk around the side right there, I'm in the road, and it was on what is that, 83 coming out of Harrisburg going down to Baltimore or Washington. Oh well. 83 comes down to Washington. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I was on the side of that road there, and there ain't nobody on that road there. Usually people are not too nice to move over on that road. Had a few cars that was all by themselves. In front of them, behind them, and had nothing beside them. They stayed in that right-hand lane, and I was coming around the corner of the truck, and they just whizzed right on by you. If they don't see you out there standing beside the truck or something, they're not going to move over unless you like trying to flag them down or something. So it really makes it really unsafe when you have to pull just on the side of the road. And you try, when you're rolling still and you do break down, you're trying to roll enough to get past the guardrails at least. But every time I turn around, I'm seeing people pull over for something going on with their car. They pull on the side of the road right there next to a guardrail. Why? Why? That just puts you working on the car. If there's something on the passenger side, you up between a car and a guardrail, not counting whatever vehicle that hits you, you know. And then if you're working on the driver's side, flat tire or something, then, you know, that puts you right in the road, and you can't move over enough. Yeah, and most of them's not gonna move over, and you know that's why I say don't pull over beside no guardrail and stuff like that. A lot of people get out, they think they're doing right by pulling over the side of a guardrail and then stand on the other side of the guardrail, which I can almost see that, but that car is still almost in the road. Most guardrails are telling you that the shoulder is narrow. That's what they're there for. If anybody looks in their handbooks, they'll see that. Yeah, I made some road service mechanic real nervous. Yeah, I'm very well knowing that. Yeah, if I come out to you and you in like one of these trucks right here, if I'm in a service truck, I come out to work on your tire and it's on the driver's side. And one, if you're up the side of a guardrail, you're moving on down past that guardrail. Yeah, you have a little cold runny nose. So I hope it gets better. But yeah, the service truck comes out there to repair your truck. If I'm in it, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna move up past the guardrail. and we're going to see about moving you off to an exit or something though, because I'm not getting in the middle of the road. You know, with these fools out here sometimes, they don't pay attention at all. But yeah, like I said, I mean, a lot of people just not gonna move over. You go up out of Washington D.C. or out of Baltimore on 270, and I've actually seen people with a full newspaper. I mean, all the way stretched out across the steering wheel, all the way up to the windshield, a full newspaper, not folded up where it's like this size. I'm talking about unfolded all the way out, sitting there just like this here, got the coffee between their legs, and got a full newspaper up there in the windshield and reading it. How you drive with a knee and barely seeing anything, if anything at all, even just out the side of your window, and you're trying to pay attention to a road? No. I, I better, I don't have a problem with somebody watching a movie going down the road if that's gonna go on, you know, and say that's all right. He wasn't texting though, right? So yeah, there's too many people killed on the side of the road, and people have to come out there and work on their trucks and stuff. Like I said, if I'm a mechanic, I come out to your truck and you're sitting on the side of the road. One, if you're by the side of a guardrail, you moving. I'm not getting in that road. I'm not getting that road to change no tire. It ain't. No, you can get another rim, tire, and all, but otherwise, you know, my life's more valuable than that tire and that rim. You can move. Just not gonna happen. I'm not doing it. And I thought about doing that at one time, going to change tires and get my own little truck to do it with and stuff like that, and you know, put myself through another few classes or whatever to get certified. But yeah, anyway, it's unreal what people do, and how people think and stuff. They got a lot of smart people out here, and then they try to act fool when they get on the road and do all kinds of crazy stuff. And no, not for me. Well, it's getting dark. Well, let me rephrase that. It's dark. Let me watch this here. Show you what I mean. Yeah, it's dark. The sun's been going down. It ain't. Well, I can tell what the sky's at. It's like a little blue. Yeah, a full-size newspaper. Yeah, it was. I seen that, and yeah, my own eyes, that kind of thing. Yeah, yeah. I've seen some weird stuff, and seen people watching movies, driving and stuff. I've seen all kind of things. I'll say it's right, but sometimes I'll do the YouTube thing. I'll stick it up under my leg. Marvelous to tell you, I very seldom go in there, and when I'm in a room, I'll say hello everyone, and it's pretty much on my phone. That little autocorrect thing in there, you know, when you start typing letters, it comes up, suggested words or whatever. My hello is usually right up there, and then I hit the E, and everyone's up there. So that's when I come into a room. That's most of the time what you're gonna see. And very seldom, if I type anything, it's most of the time when I'm well, not typing, I'm doing the voice to text kind of thing. That's why a lot of misspelled words and everything else is in my text. And you're like, what? But that's why I don't do a lot of chatting when I'm in there either. If I'm sitting, yeah, I'll do all the texting and whatever that I can. But yeah, it's yeah, the way they push us now with the logbook and all is, you know, I think it was actually safer the way they had it with that Play-Doh clock back in the day with the 8 hours and all that. But you can you was able to get better sleep in some ways. Now we do have to take a 10-hour break. I've had to do it, but I kept a bottle of Mountain Dew on me. It's amazing what Mountain Dew. Windshield of a vehicle, Mountain Dew, driver even there. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you get tired sometimes, even though you got that 10 hours sleep and all that. It's still just the way they run you. It's because they think you're a computer and you're a robot, and you have to do things. There we go. They got outside in here. How you doing, man? So I got both of y'all in here today, ganging up on me. Yeah, give me that watch time, yay, and all them likes and stuff. Nice. Sometimes I like that. Try to do it. At least I'm thinking I'm doing something here with these long videos. 55 minutes. What? Yeah, outside is the husband of Outdoor Adventures and Traveling there. In case anybody didn't know, there's a few new people in here too. Yeah, everybody got me talking into how to do stuff here, and how the trucking thing is, and I was telling your wife about how to use maps a little bit better on the Google Maps. Use the map side rather than just the directions. It'll help a lot better. You can see the ramps and stuff coming up, the turns coming up a little easier, and which way to go. It helps. It just tells you. Then if you have the little phone going and you had the voice on and not muted, like my old mine is, my old mine's muted. So, but I have just too many women trying to tell me which way to go, and I'm not gonna do it. I'm not getting in that fight. Even though they're all phones and tablets and Qualcomm and a laptop, and no, I'm not listening to that fight. I've done it, did it, not gonna do it again. Firecracker made it, yay! Yeah, I'll probably stay on there just go ahead and get this hour into it, and I'll probably go ahead and end the stream then. Now that I got 5 people in here, I'm going for another hour and a half record again, right? This that 2.5 hours in Vegas. It was fun. And everybody go back and look at that, kind of skip through the bus ride unless you just want to try to look at, well, I see a lot of my reflection in there, so, in that window to being in the front of the bus. But if you try to look past the reflection, you can kind of see a little bit of the Vegas as you're going through it. I need next time maybe get my phone up closer to that window. Maybe that'll work a little bit better. But they ended up messing up my dome show there with all that, cutting the video out, cutting the audio out for some of those music. Take a left in the middle of a bridge. Yeah. That's gonna be a fun ride, I'm gonna tell you. It will be a fun ride. Make sure you got your swimming breeches on, right? Maybe a snorkel, not help. Yeah, but that's kind of what I made my channel for, is trying to get some of the information out here, maps and stuff like that. A lot of people just don't. One, they just don't know how to read a map. Then even with the ones that use the maps on Google Maps, they still yeah. I had my lady off because I was live streaming. Yeah, I had to get off your live stream earlier when you was on because I just got loaded and everything, and I had to go find that darn little scale my load, make sure I'm legal and everything, because our steer tires can't be over 12,000, then the drives and the towns and the rear trailers 34 each, so that's puts you around 80,000 pounds. Hey, you didn't have your glasses on? Yeah. You didn't take that left off that bridge, did you? Yeah, roads and trips. I got my laptop. It sits on a tripod with a homemade thing on top of it with some PVC. The tripod comes up, and I got a pipe on top of that, and it's got a screw in it. And I have this little contraption of PVC pipe, that goes around and holds that little laptop. It's a little laptop mini. And I have DeLorme street atlas on it. And I can edit the roads, I can draw a road, route myself on that road and name that road. And plus it records every time I make a wrong turn, I go on down, make my U-turn, come back. You know, like when I missed that 17B. I almost got it out without laughing. But just giving you some devil there outside. The way lost me. I guess when my GPS is trying to kill me. Imagine me with 3 of them going. That's why I got that mute button hit, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, yeah, I had to mute all mine because one's telling me back up, one's telling me left, one's telling me right, and all that. But yeah, I muted all of them. I said, nah, don't reroute me, don't do jack, just go. But yeah. Hour and a minute there. I got 5 whole people in here, or what this thing says here. Yeah, you gotta laugh about it though sometime. I mean, you know, you want a bridge, you ain't making no left or right most likely. I mean, there's a couple of actually bridges that do have splits on them, and you do take lefts and rights, but oh well, ain't probably wasn't one of them, right? Yeah, that's the way one of my videos was. I didn't actually fall. But I was in West Virginia and I was stopped at that little travel plaza there. I went fishing and trying to use a little 2-foot rod to throw a fly, which is really light, and that just don't really work that good. But yeah, I was sitting there sliding on that mud and I about fell a couple of times. But I looked back at the footage in the video and it didn't look like I was about to fall in the video, just the way it looked, you know, but actually it was about to fall. But, oh well, I cut that part out anyway. It was kind of boring in that part anyway. It was just me trying to pull the line out and trying to walk over to another little spot here. So a few of those places like that I just took out of it. But yeah, I almost fell. But didn't really want to there. It was really muddy and all. Getting wet wouldn't have been the problem. It would be just all that mud and everything, you know, and then I'd have to drive with muddy clothes on or whatever and change clothes and then try to get somewhere to take me a shower and all that kind of stuff. You sure, Marvelous, you know how to read a map? Yeah, they do make the good part of the video and stuff, but yeah, outside you got to get you a different one though, because that was a whole lot of turn around right there in just that one town. I mean, you missed out one, then you take the wrong turn, then try to blame it on the GPS, and yeah, and you know GPSs ain't never wrong. It says 6 people on your phone. Yeah, mine was saying 5 while ago, now it's down to 3. But oh well, it is what it is. I went down to 0 what Mike said a while ago, and I know Marvelous is still in here because he just stitched around. Usually when he has a chance anyway, and he's pretty good about it. It even listened to my boring parts. Yeah, the mosquitoes are starting to get bad out here too, so. Well, I'm fixing to call it a night here and go to bed. Sun's went down, it's dark, and I'm going over the hour again. Sometimes I get to rambling on and talking about it, so. Yeah, we both don't have a life there, I believe, Marvelous. But every time you on, I tried again. I missed what, 1 or 2, I think. But most of the time, I try to catch all of them. Yeah, that's why I say. I mean, if I would have fell in that mud and all, it's like eel crap, you know. It was real slimy and all too. Yeah, it'd be aggravating to get off, and I definitely had to change clothes, and then I had to get to a shower somewhere, which I carry in my passenger side floorboard. I got one of those, the big blue square, whatever, water jugs you go camping with. It's got 7 gallons of water in it, I think. Got it from Walmart. I got one of those, so I can actually rinse off and stuff. I carry my orange cleaner and uh, orange cleaner, like the Gojo stuff, and the Dawn liquid and my antibacterial soap, all that over there. So when okay, I thought I heard something over beside me. I kept trying to look over there and didn't see nothing. Then all of a sudden I seen it on the camera there. But anyway, see, I wasn't going crazy that time. That must have been going crazy a while ago. But yeah, I used to have that I can kind of yeah, you can learn lots on live streams. Yeah, you can ask questions and stuff like that. That's why I kind of like the live streams a little better. Plus, I ain't got to edit it, you know, except for when I go to Vegas and they have a lot of music playing, I'm gonna get some strikes on it. So yeah, it does. I'm on here an hour and 6 minutes already. Again, I was 55 just what, like a minute ago. I think that clock be wrong sometimes. Or I just like talking too much. But yeah. But oh well. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night here, and I'm already up an hour and 6 minutes. I'm over my hour. I didn't want to go that long. I wanted to go max 30 this time, and went over it again. Marvelous, it's great having you in here as always. Jenny, y'all have a good one. Outside, man, get you a better map. Jenny, teach him what I told you a while ago. And then watch back at the stream again later, so he'll know what I'm talking about. You know, turn on maps and go to the map, not the directions. But everybody have a good night. Serving the paid tours. Follow me on my travels. Sometimes it's a sunset. Sometimes it's just a rest area. Sometimes, like last night, it's a mall and just a whole lot of talking about crap. But follow me on my travels. Serving the paid tours. Everybody have a good night.